Hello, everyone. My name is Elias Mendoza. I'm going to share a story about how I bought my first motorcycle, and I still own it. The characters in the story is me, Elias Mendoza, my father, also Elias Mendoza, senior, but I'll just refer to him as father or my dad. My girlfriend Jennifer, and the two potential sellers on Facebook Marketplace that I was gonna buy the Honda Grom from. Uh, this story begins maybe 3 months before now this year. Before now, this is weird. 3 months ago, I was very interested in buying a motorcycle. I saw lots of benefits, and I saw a bunch of downsides as well. The very hazardous. You have to be very aware of everyone. Irresponsible drivers in California, drunk drivers, people drive without insurance. Potential fatally crashes. 80% of crashes, motorcycle crashes, are fatally. But I am. I kind of seek that recklessness. But I that idea was embedded in my head that I wanted a motorcycle about 3 months ago. That's when I started taking it seriously. That's when I started watching this YouTuber. His name was Dan the Fireman. Uh, he eventually, I'd watch his videos, show me the ins and outs of the motorcycling, and I thought from those videos that I just could understand what it is to drive a motorcycle. Like what it means to like shift the clutch with your foot, and change gears with your foot, and engage with the clutch left hand and the throttle with the right. It looks on paper, it sounds very simple. So I thought I'll just buy myself a motorcycle, and I will just learn. I'll teach myself. I don't have to take a motorcycle safety course. So that's exactly what I did. I was looking for buyers on Facebook Marketplace, two vendors, two potential motorcycles that are around the price range that I was able to afford and was willing to pay for the motorcycle. There was the first seller, a man named Robert. He so wanted to sell a 2020 Honda Grom, a red Honda Grom, which is beautiful, perfect condition, almost perfect condition. It has like maybe 300 miles driven on it, and that was really interesting. I was like, wow, 2020 model, really interesting. But what I was really interested in was the 2020 model. Those models specifically have a fifth gear, so the other older ones have only four. This one has a fifth one, so potentially it goes faster. It has better. It has ABS on the front, so there's a bunch of better stuff on this bike. And that is the other motorcycle that I found from a man named Hugo. He was selling his motorcycle for like 4,800. The fun part, I guess, was just haggling between these two because they originally had a much higher price that I wanted to, much higher price that I was willing to pay for the motorcycle, and I had to bargain a little bit down. And I don't have that much skills in that department, so I very interesting trying to do that, especially over Facebook Marketplace on messages, trying to be like, is this the lowest you can do? Can you do like four? Can you do maybe 3,900? Like throwing numbers like that. Very interesting. Eventually, I settle with the guy named uh, Robert with the red motorcycle. It's Monday, mind you, when I decide to message him and say I want to go visit it. But to move a motorcycle, because this motorcycle specifically is a mini motorcycle, which is not able to go on a freeway, on California freeways. So I need a truck to bring it from where it was Rohart Park, and it was pretty far away. So I needed my father to go there, and he was only available on the weekend. Mind you, it's Monday, so and these bikes are pretty. How would I say this? They're not being made as of right now because of the chip shortage and all the shipping. What's it called? But they I eventually they're not making these motorcycles anymore, so they're very high in scarcity. So scarcity very low. I don't know which one. So eventually, I it's Monday. I messaged this guy. I'm able to do it on Saturday. So days go by, and those days feel like years. Like let's in my mind during those days, I was like, what can I do during those days? Like, I want to I want to go over there, but I can't even have where to go buy it and had the money on hand. Like, wasn't able to transport it. So I need to wait for that Saturday. So luckily, throughout most of the days until Friday night, is when I got a message from Robert. Unfortunately, when he said I sold the motorcycle to a couple that was interested in it, and I was distraught. I was sad, and honestly, I almost felt like crying. Because I was waiting for it all this time. The anticipation was building up. I was already imagining myself. I had bought gear for myself, kind of like surrounding like the color scheme. Not really, it was all black, but regardless, I was so excited in my head. But then I remember that the other person, remember Hugo, he was also selling his motorcycle as well. So I had the option from him. So I messaged him. He lived a little further away. He lived in San Diego. I live in Richmond. So the drive was much more further. Eventually, me and my father, Saturday, the next day, right? Me and my father go. It's an hour and a half drive. You already imagine, hour and a half long lecture from him telling me you're gonna crash, this is gonna happen, you're gonna be irresponsible. But eventually we pulled up. I was a little sketched out because the reason I brought up my girlfriend earlier was because she was telling me that there's like Facebook market scams. Eventually, I went there, got there, and got the motorcycle from Hugo. Really nice guy. Tried to drive it by myself, but it stalled 3 times. Embarrassing. So I guess the conclusion and moral of the story is take baby steps before you take those big steps. Thank you very much.